Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would do deviled eggs. Who does not love deviled eggs? So I took 10 eggs. I didn't want to do too many, and I just used a fork and just ground up the yolks really good. You want to get those really good. You don't want clumps in there. And then add about a quarter teaspoon of ground pepper and probably I would say 2 tablespoons of diced pickled jalapenos, and make sure you try to get as much juice off of those because you don't want your eggs runny with that. And then we will add probably about a teaspoon and a half of spicy brown mustard. And I will put these measurements in the description box to be a little more exact. And I just put like just a small dash of salt in there. When you're doing these eggs, I mean, it's just important. You don't want them to get too wet and too runny because they won't sit in your egg yolk good. I mean, in your egg white good. Duke's mayonnaise. If you live in the South, you know all about that. And there are people that don't have this, I'm sorry. Because in my opinion, it's the best. So we'll just start out with probably about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And you just want to get that really mixed up because there is nothing worse than grainy deviled eggs. You want to make sure, you want to use that fork and make sure you get those mashed up really fine. And just keep mixing and just add, you don't want it too dry, so just add a little bit at a time. And I probably ended up putting about 3 tablespoons in here because 5 eggs, that's not a lot. So just keep adding till it just gets to the right perfect consistency to where it's stiff but mixed well. And you always want to make sure that you just taste a little bit to make sure if you need to put any more pepper, which I always do. And if you needed just a tad more mustard, and you can use the regular mustard also. I just prefer the spicy brown. And just keep stirring it up, mixing it up, making sure that your filling is really smooth because that's very important in deviled eggs. So the next thing we're going to do, I decided to take a few of the eggs and show you guys how to quickly deep fry some eggs because they're really pretty if you go to a party or something like that and you just do something a little different. People will be like, wow, what is this? I have 1 egg, about a half a cup of flour, and maybe 3/4 cup of panko. And you just want to dip those in the flour and then dip them in the egg and put them in the panko and just make sure that you get the egg whites coated really good. I had set my deep fryer up and I have the oil on about 375. And you just want to gently drop those in the oil. These do not take long at all to cook. I would say I cook them for probably about 30 to 45 seconds. You don't want to get them cooked to death. You just want to get a nice golden brown. So we're just going to let those cook. It does not take long, and I only did maybe like 5 of the egg whites just to show you guys how to do them and what they look like because I just thought you guys would enjoy them if you've never seen them before. So our first egg, she's done. You see, it's just like a nice toasty looking brown. It kind of reminds me of like coconut on the outside of them. But just, shake them off. Try to get any extra oil off. And just set those on a paper towel to drain. And just know that by deep frying these, it doesn't cook the white. It doesn't do a heavy fry on the white. It still tastes the same. It still has the same texture, the actual white. But with the panko breadcrumbs, they're like perfect for frying, and it just gives them like a nice crunch. So we're just, you see, oh, they just look so golden brown and pretty. We're just going to leave those set aside because you want to let those cool all the way before you start adding filling, because the filling of course is mayonnaise based, and you don't want to put cold filling in the warm eggs. So just take, like, the easiest way for me, I just take 2 spoons and just pick up a little and just use the other spoon to scoop it in. Or if it's easier for you, you can just pick the eggs up and just drop the filling down inside. It's just a personal preference, whatever's easier for you. As long as you get the filling in the eggs, that's the end goal. So whatever works best. And you just want to make sure that you get your eggs just nice. You don't want to get them all over the whites of the eggs. And that mixture that we mixed up, it will exactly do the amount of eggs that you have prepared it for. It just is perfect. It works out great. I think that our fried eggs are done. They're nice and crunchy. I think we'll go ahead and fill those. And I had a couple pieces of bacon that I had put in the refrigerator, and I just stuck that in the microwave and crumbled it up, and I just thought we would do a little bit of garnish on our eggs with some bacon. And I wished I had a jalapeno, but I don't. It's nice to also garnish your eggs. If you're making these jalapeno eggs, it's nice to garnish, cut your jalapeno and just cut the little sections in half, and you can just stick them on top. It just gives it a nice colorful look. But today we're just going to use paprika and a little bit of bacon. Although it has a shaker top, it seems like it's hard to get it going. So just make sure that you just sprinkle it really lightly and just get like a light dusting on it. Of course, you can put more paprika if you like, just to give it a darker red color. I mean, it's all personal preference. It is almost impossible to mess up deviled eggs. As long as you got the filling right and it's a good consistency with the mayonnaise, you'll know it's good. So I'll just finish crumbling up some of this bacon and just add it to the top. It just gives it like a nice, pretty appearance with the paprika. I'm telling y'all will love those. I don't know if you've ever had a deviled egg. Had a jalapeno deviled egg. If I used pickles, I would use dill pickles, the diced dill pickles. I'm not a fan of sweet pickles in my stuff. So I've always used dill pickles, and then one day I love spicy stuff, so I just decided to try some jalapenos in lieu of the dill pickles, and it worked out great. But our pickles are done. They look amazing. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys will make some of these deep fried eggs. I really, really think you'll love them. But make sure you're subscribed to my channel because, I love you guys. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys.